Three freediver friends planned to hunt for abalone near California's shore. The ocean is a beautiful and fascinating place, but it can also be a place full of danger. For Randal Fry, this danger became a reality when he was attacked by a white shark. Welcome to Amazing Animal Stories. Randal Fry was a man who loved the ocean and spent a lot of time in it. He was 50 years old and had one child. On August 15, 2004, which was like any other good day, Randal couldn't resist going to the ocean. It was sunny in the afternoon, and the sea was calm. Randal went with his longtime diving friends, Cliff Zimmerman and Red Bartley, to the Mendocino coast to find some abalone, a type of marine snail that's common in that area. On their journey, they found a fishing pole on board and used it to catch some lingcod. It was a good start to their unplanned boat ride. They went 10 miles from Fort Bragg and anchored at the cove they were familiar with and had been to many times before. They knew the cove very well. Before getting into the water, they looked around to make sure there were no sharks or sea lions nearby. Great white sharks liked to follow them. Once they were sure it was safe, Randal jumped into the water without wasting any time. Cliff joined him a few minutes later. They could only catch abalones by diving without scuba gear in 15 feet deep water, so they only wore a wetsuit and a mask. Randal moved away from the boat slowly while Cliff stayed close because he was having trouble with his mask. It kept getting foggy for some reason. Red stayed on the boat's deck to watch for any danger. He decided to go fishing and quickly caught a black rock cod. Meanwhile, Randal and Cliff were in the water trying to catch abalone. Randal was 3 feet away from Cliff, struggling with his foggy mask. Randal was eager to start the adventure and didn't want to wait for Cliff, so he dived deeper into the water. He didn't want to miss out on the fun. Cliff quickly cleared his foggy mask and put it back on before diving into the water. Suddenly, he felt something big passing close to him. He raised his head above the water and saw a large dorsal fin sticking out. It was terrifying. He knew it was a big fish that could kill. But before he could scream and warn Randal, the ocean turned red with blood. An 18-foot great white shark appeared out of nowhere, grabbed Randal's throat, and tore off his head. Randal died instantly, and blood gushed from the surface of the water. The shark and Randal vanished into the murky water. It was a gruesome and violent attack that left Cliff traumatized. Cliff felt like he was in a horror movie for a moment. He had heard about many shark attacks before, but none were deadly. He wasn't safe from the shark either. He dropped his weight belt and quickly swam to the boat, not sure if the shark was following him. Fortunately, Bartley was there to pull him out of the water and save him. Cliff had spent a lot of time on the coast, but this experience left him scared and traumatized. Cliff's screams caught Bartley's attention, and he saw a pool of blood spreading on the water's surface. He knew then that Randal was gone. He searched for the shark and their friend but found nothing, and the blood had disappeared too. Cliff was still shaking and struggling to breathe. Bartley radioed for help and steered the boat back to shore. Helicopters arrived at the Kibasilla Rocks in search for Randal's body, but they couldn't find anything before dusk. Cliff remembered a chilling conversation with Randal where he mentioned a shark might get him someday. Sadly, his premonition came true in the most gruesome way imaginable, and his friends could only watch in horror. The Coast Guard found Randal's headless body the next day. Fortunately, his swimsuit had his name on it, so they could identify him quickly, but the horror continued. A beachcomber found Randal's head on 10 Mile Beach 3 weeks later. Authorities confirmed it belonged to him. Fatal shark attacks were rare in the area, and experts believe the shark may have mistaken Randal for a seal. It was a brutal and tragic end to a day of abalone hunting that Cliff and Bartley will never forget.